first hand and didn't go.
Oh, there's a deuce.
8-6 deuce.
Cunningham had Ivey in bad shape pre-flop, but no longer. Ivey's taking the lead and it goes check, check.
7.
Straight draw for both players.
3,000 to play.
Pretty sure Ivey's not going anywhere. No, he's going to call this one down.
He's got position, he's got the best hand right now.
Ace.
Well, that could be a scare card. Is there any way Cunningham can use that one?
Well, if he makes the bet, it will probably get through. But he doesn't.
And there's no way Ivey's going to bet this one. He's going to hope his deuces are good. And they are.
I think Alan's feeling a little bit like it's not working for him so far today.
Ivey's got the deuce.
10 deuce.
Possibly a missed opportunity from Alan there. He knows he's unlikely to win the pot if he checks it.
Phil is a pair player.
You say drawing dead?
Let's drawing dead.
To get started, one player is made the nominated dealer or button. Then the two players to the left post the small and big blinds. These are force bets to get the action started. The big blind is always double the small, but unlike a tournament, the blinds rarely change. However, they are sometimes increased to spice up the action. We start here with $300 and $600. There's also an ante of $100 per player, which must be paid if they want to play in a hand. Once the blinds and antes are posted, everyone is dealt 2 cards. We have a round of betting. Then 3 cards are placed face up on the table, called the flop. These are the community cards for all the players to use. Then we have another round of betting, after which the 4th card, the turn, is placed in the middle. This is followed by some more betting and the last community card, the river. Then we finish off with a final round of betting. The best 5-card hand takes the money.
Alan Cunningham, by the way, hasn't lost the most money at this table,
Pass.
but he has the least amount of money at the table. He only has $63,200 right now.
Sounded like a prop and he said, I'm out.
At some point, do you want to rebuy?
Raise 2,100
Well,
to play.
you've got to look around the table and decide if it's a good spot to rebuy, you know. Like, do you think you've got much of an edge against these players? These are some of the best players anywhere in the world.
Well, how about Andrew Feldman's got pocket aces once again?
Well, he probably wishes he had more money in front of him right now. Looks like he's lining up for a re-raise, unsurprisingly.
Well, it's a great spot. You've got the raise from Tom Dwan. You've got a call from Phil Ivey. It looks like a perfect spot for a squeeze play.
Looks like he's trying to price in one of them. The problem with trying to price in one of them, if one of them comes in, the other one probably will.
Pass.
Of course, a squeeze play is when one of them raises it up with possibly a marginal hand. He gets a couple of callers because they all think he's probably got a marginal hand. And then you think if you can get past that original raiser, you'll pick up all that money in the pot.
Well, he gets past the original raiser, and that'll probably get rid of Ivey, but we'll have to see.
Phil doesn't like leaving any chips out there.
Looks like he's put his babies out there. He doesn't want to leave his babies out there.
And the price is pretty well quite cheap.
Well, it's 6,100.
I bet if it was 9-10 of spades, he'd definitely call. Might not like the king in his hand.
Pass.
That's why he gets out the way, I think. And that one goes to Andrew.
And Andrew Feldman, obviously, probably wanting a little bit more action. He's down over $100,000, and he's not going to get it all back if people keep folding.
Exactly, and he's had aces twice so far today. Just shows that aces aren't always the answer. It's nice to have a big hand behind a slightly weaker hand. But that hasn't happened so far for him today. But it's always nice to win a pot rather than lose a big pot. And that's what could have happened if he got a couple of callers.
Hey, look at it this way. At the end of the day, no matter how much he wins or loses, he's got really cool sunglasses.
Hi, I'm Andrew Feldman. I won the UK Open 4 in 2007 for $250,000, and I'm a sponsored Full Tilt Pro. I realised I had what it takes to play at the top level when I started to make in a day what I was in a year at my local supermarket. When I realised that there was a huge amount of money for me to make, then I knew I had talent to progress to the very top. For me, it's all about your real analytical approach to the game and your gut instinct, and it's sort of a natural telling you've either got it or you don't.
And this is truly a marathon of poker games, 24 hours of no-limit hold'em. And all these players, they've all played long sessions. I know you have, I have. Most poker players,
Pass.
it's not a foreign thing for them to play 20 hours straight, 21 hours straight.
Pass.
Exactly. I think in my day I played over 40 hours straight, so you may be not as fresh by the end of it all, but as long as everyone else is just as unfresh as you are, it doesn't really matter. I certainly don't think I could do it anymore. Starting to feel a little bit old for my 40-hour straight cash games.
You get a raise in the small blind from Alan Cunningham. Looks like a call from Tom Dwan. And the one thing good is everybody at home can watch this. They don't have to smell it.
Heads up.
Dwan with the ace.
Queen 5,
Cunningham
9.
with 5-6. Well, Cunningham outflops him.
Seems to do better when he's got the worst hand so far, Alan.
4,000.
Funny, obviously ace-7 much better than 5-6 heads up, but at the same time 5-6 suited seems to play better post-flop. Cunningham's going to bet up 4,000. Dwan has the ace of clubs.
I find it interesting sometimes when I'm sitting in a cash game and you know some guy's getting beaten up or not having too much of a run. You start feeling like you can make more plays against them. And I think that's possibly what we could even see here from Tom.
Well, it's very much like sharks to blood. They see blood in the water and they smell it and they go for it. Best poker players in the world have no mercy. And Tom Dwan, obviously one of those sharks.
Raise.
And, well, you called it. Tom Dwan raises it up. And that really puts
12,000,
puts Alan Cunningham in a
raise.
tough spot. Out of position with bottom pair.
What I'd like to see here from Alan isn't so much a call, is maybe what we had with Chris Ferguson earlier on, the re-raise. But as it happens, he decides to get out the way. That's the problem with a hand like 5-6. It's a great position hand, but if you're out of position against a player like Tom Dwan, you really have to catch an absolute monster because he's going to put you to an awful lot of pressure come the flop.
And unlike last year, Tom Dwan is actually having quite a good $1 million cash game. Today he's up $41,800, but this is a first for $1 million cash game history.